Hello everyone, welcome back. Today we are going to be doing a design using an oak tree leaf shape, and inside that oak tree leaf, or oak tree leaves, depends how many you do, you can do one or you can do as many as you like on your piece of paper. What we're going to do inside those leaves is put some designs or patterns inside those and use different colours, and they should look pretty amazing when we're done. What do you need for this activity? Not a lot. You'll be needing a piece of paper. Doesn't matter what size, again. Could be paper from a printer, could be cartridge paper if you've got that, or any sort of project paper, perhaps white in colour though, or it could be a notepad. And you'll be needing something to draw with, like a grey lead or even a black marker, like a Sharpie. And then you need some stuff to colour in with, like coloured pencils or pastels or crayons, anything like that. Even textures will be fine. So, having said that, let's get ready and let's get creative. Okay, now that you've got your materials ready to go and your equipment, I'm going straight up with a Sharpie today. As I said, you can go with a grey lead pencil first if you like. I'm just going to go with a Sharpie straight away. After I do my leaf shapes, the oak tree leaf shapes on my paper, what I'm then going to do then is I am going to use some different coloured Sharpies and probably some crayon as well to colour in over the leaves, to put some designs into them. Now, you can do one big huge leaf if you want and just keep that as your design, and then do a bit of a background behind that if you want to, or you can do a whole bunch of little leaves or some different size leaves if you like. So it's really entirely up to you how you do this. You don't have to do it the same as me, of course. I'm sure yours will look super awesome anyway. So let's make a start. Here we go. Oak tree leaf. How does an oak tree leaf look? What does it look like? Well, I'm sure you've seen them before. Most of us have. So here we go. I'm going to go with, first of all, I'm going to do the top part of the leaf, and I'm going to start up here and I'm going to do sort of a rounded shape like that. Then I'm going to go around like this. Keep going around and around. You're doing these sort of these bumpy looks on the sides here like that, and this part here is going to come down to the stem that attaches to the branch. And then I'm going to do the same sort of thing on the other side here. Now, you don't have to have these perfectly matching the other side, but they sort of come out. You can see it sort of comes out a bit wider and out there, and then comes back in again, and it's going to come down into here like this. And I'm going to do like the leaf has broken off the tree with a bit of a bottom of the stem of the leaf there, just like that. Now you can go ahead and thicken these up a bit, these lines, if you like. Once you've drawn the leaf, you can do that, or you can just keep it as is. Doesn't really matter how you thicken up your lines. You don't even have to thicken them up if you don't want to. So that's sort of an oak tree leaf shape. Now, as I said, they sort of come in all different shapes. They're not all like this. What we do need though is a line that runs all the way from the top here all the way down to the stem, just like that. Sort of finish up there, and then we'll be needing, now these lines here are the veins in the leaf, so that's sort of like the continuation of what would be the stem of the leaf, and then they sort of have these veins coming out into where the bumpy parts are on the leaves here like this. So I'm going to do bits like this, and I'm going to go right to the end because I want to be able to divide these parts up into where I put my patterns and things. So I'm just going to sort of draw a line there too, just to separate the stem from the leaf part. So again, over here we go into there like that, something like that. They can curve or they can go straight, it doesn't really matter. I like to curve mine a little bit, so it gives a bit more shape to the leaf. And then this one over here and this one over here, so you can see where they're going. Now what I could do is draw a few more around. I just drew on my finger. I could draw a few more around here if I wanted to put them in my background, but I'm actually going to colour my background a little bit differently. Instead of putting leaves everywhere, I'm just going to have the one oak tree leaf. If you want, you can draw a few more of these. So in here I could draw some smaller ones if I wanted to, and over here, or even parts of the leaves. That would be cool too. But I'm going to leave my background to just add some colour to it instead of leaves. So it's all about patterns, what we're doing here. We actually want to make different patterns inside the leaf. And apart from the oak tree leaf being the star of the show, I want to actually make the awesome part of this, the patterns that I put into this oak tree leaf. So what do? I'm now going to use different coloured Sharpies to do some patterns inside my leaves. Now I've got a whole bunch of different coloured Sharpies here. You can see, as far as I'm concerned, the more colour you use, the better it's going to look, but not always. Sometimes it might be nice to use complementary colours. You know, something like a yellow and a purple, perhaps. They're complementary colours. Yellow and purple are complementary colours, so you could use those if you wanted to. Or you might use something like red and green. They're complementary colours. Or let's have a look, what else have we got here? Blue and orange are complementary colours. So you could do a mix of colours if you like. Doesn't really matter. I'll split those up into complementary colours. Maybe I'll use those colours. But then you can also choose some colours that sort of go, say if it was orange and blue, I've got another kind of blue there, and I've got another sort of orange there. So you could start to sort of blend those colours around a bit to do your patterns. It's up to you guys and girls what you do. So anyway, let's get started with patterns. The patterns are, your imagination is the limit here. So let's just start, and I'm going to put some orange patterns in here. Now patterns, as I said, come in all different shapes and sizes, so it's entirely up to you. You might be able to find some shapes on the internet or something. If you're getting stuck and you're going, oh, what am I going to do? Have a look on the internet and just type into Google something like patterns and click on Google Images and see what you get. So anyway, I'm going to go with, first of all, I'm just going to do some orange stripes in here like this. Just some sort of nice diagonal stripes in there. You could do the same thing on the other side if you want, but I'm going to make mine a bit different. I don't want to have it all the same. I might use some orange again, maybe over here. And here I'm going to do some spirals in here. Let's do some spirally sort of shapes like this. Just do as many as you can. Now these can be different sizes too, you don't have to keep them all the same size. Do some smaller ones if you want, so you don't have a lot of paper still showing through. I want this to be as colourful as possible. So something like that anyway. Okay, now let me change colours. I'm going to go with blue now. Now I said orange and blue were complementary colours, so I've just used that orange. I'm going to use this blue now to complement that orange. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some blue in with this orange, like that, just to use a complementary colour in with my orange, using this beautiful blue. Something like that. Anyway, now you could fill this in a lot better, which I might do in a bit, but that looks kind of cool. I really like the look of that. And then I would use this blue again over inside here just to colour in around my orange spirals to give that the complementary colour look. Now you don't have to do this perfectly. If you're taking your time, I don't want to take too long in doing this because otherwise you might get bored watching me. So you get the idea. What I want you to do is in each of these segments that we've got here for this leaf, I want you to add some patterns inside and just see what you come up with. Now I'll stop there because I'll speed this video up for you and we'll get some colouring in done, otherwise you might get bored watching me do it. So it's going to take a little bit of time. I'm going to colour the whole page in, get patterns in all these different segments of my leaf, and as I said, if you draw some other leaves in the background you can do patterns inside those, or you might just want to just colour those in. But we do want to concentrate on getting some patterns done inside this leaf here. So that's what we're going to do. I might just do another sort of pattern here before I speed things up. I'm going to do a sort of a bit of a zigzag inside this one with this green. And there, like that. And you can imagine in those zigzags in between there I can add some different colours as well. And this is going to look awesome when it's finished. It'll look really good. I'm not going to do Sharpie in the background because that's going to take up a lot of Sharpie. What I'll do there is do some crayon in the back. So I'm going to mix some things up a bit here. And but what I'll do is I'll give it a bit of a fast forward so you're not sitting there for too long watching me do this. Maybe one more pattern before you go into the fast motion stuff here. I'm going to just do some polka dots inside this one. Now you can do dots of different sizes, it doesn't matter, they don't have to be the same size. All different size dots if you want, or you could do them all the same size, it wouldn't matter. Whatever looks cool, whatever's in your imagination. That's what we're wanting here, is some imagination. So, and again I'll get a bit more colouring around that stuff. Okay, girls and boys, I hope you enjoy this activity. I can't wait to see what this looks like when I'm finished, but I'm going to speed it up and have a look what it looks like at the end. Bye for now, everyone. I really hope you enjoy this activity.
Flint art.